Welcome to a somewhat healthier installment on my behalf of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain trust tag over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling, except the main roster of WWE. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lip Bizzle, joined with none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself. We doing this for real?
Yes, it all will make sense in due time. It will make
ScooterRay
sense.
strong, ScooterRay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, once again, you know, I've been in them diamond mines. You know, I stays in the mines. I stay in the mines.
Of course, I know you don't see the third leg of this tripod, but he's getting so fresh, so clean for you ladies of the IWC. So Mr. Jaeger Bombastic, so fantastic that he had to be fashionably late to make you have a halfway heart attack. He'll be here with
So
his
when you see him pop up, you might gas. You're gonna be
yeah. Might get a gasp. That's what I should have said. That's what I should have said. But it's okay. It's all good. But Scoot, it's been one hell of a professional wrestling week.
Yes,
we got a lot of good stuff, some bad stuff, some
in between,
some lies being said, of course, on behalf of WWE, because we know certain things just ain't the truth as far as rumors go. But what you got on the docket, Scoot?
Of course, first and foremost, you know, we want to start with positivity and things like that. So we want to wish Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, a speedy recovery as he had to go through. I don't know if they said an emergency procedure, but I know he had to go through some type of cardiac procedure.
Yeah. They didn't say cardiac arrest. So it's not a heart attack, but they said cardiac event, which that's the first time I even heard about that. So I don't even know what that entails.
Well, don't forget, you know, WWE tends to spin words in their ways. So, but even though we wish Hunter speedy recovery, come back healthier, better than ever, and please take back NXT.
And we can make all the jokes in the world by saying, you know, he had this because of what's going on with NXT. I've joked about it a couple times. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, but, you know, still nothing to joke about. But
please come back and take over NXT.
if he's able to, shit, you know, his hands are handcuffed completely on this one.
Please.
But yes, get well, because we don't need to lose any other good ones. That's not to say we can't lose any bad ones. I don't want to lose anybody, but I'm just saying, let's not lose, you know, the ones doing the most with what they got.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
all right, to make it more lighthearted and more another big what the fuck. There's been another contract oversight as of such.
Oh, really?
One Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
he thought, and the company thought his contract was going to be up in 2023. But no, his contract is up 2022. January of 2022. So, of course, Kevin Owens, being the cheeky guy he is, he tweeted out coordinates that led to Mount Rushmore. Now, me not being a Ring of Honor guy like that, I had to look up what that meant. And of course,
it's the stable
with the Young Bucks
and Adam Cole, baby. Yes.
And where are the Young Bucks and Adam Cole? In AEW. So, I guess the question is, Are we seeing somebody else jumping ship?
I would say a resounding fuck yes.
Okay.
Fuck yes.
Well, all right.
There's no reason for him to be at WWE.
I agree with you at this point. I don't see personally, not so much why stick around, just excuse me, if you can be with your friends and quote unquote family, if the schedules permit, make it good, and they give you opportunities to kind of work elsewhere too, why not? Why not?
Yeah. And I look at it like this, because let's take into account this situation. Goldberg is still in WWE for the most part. Bray Wyatt, of course, had his title reign ended as the Fiend to Goldberg. Now that he's gone, he's going to AEW, or possibly both Impact and AEW. Kevin Owens is someone who also had his title reign ended because of Goldberg. And I think it's that same title reign that ended where him and Jericho were supposed to go into WrestleMania.
Goldberg did end KO's title reign.
So with them having that same agenda going in, and Jericho also talking about that same incident, I mean, it's just one of those situations where it's like, if you see a company doing the same thing over and over again and not learning from a certain mistake, you know, it's more or less like, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. He ain't going for a second or third time. He is seeing the landscape and he's like, oh, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Oh, my contract's up sooner than I thought it was. Oh, he's gonna pull the Adam Cole thing. He's like, oh, it's over sooner. I know where I'm going.
Yes.
So
the only way WWE can fuck him over is if they release him out his contract in like June or some, not June, like December or some shit, because then he will still have to do the 90-day, unfortunately. But other than that, if they don't be douchebags about it and let him ride out his contract, then sometime in January or maybe in February, Kevin Steen could be making a return.
Well, that's the funny thing too.
The Indies and AEW and Impact or wherever the fuck he wants to go.
Wherever he wants to go. But that's another thing about WWE too, because if they do happen to do some fuck shit by letting him go before his contract ends, just to keep him in the 90-day contract, then that's them actually saying, oh, guess what? We actually are worried about AEW. This is the lies that I was talking about, where WWE's they've been asked already about this AEW effect. And of course, sure enough, they've stated that it's not an issue. They're not worried about it. They're not worried about Bryan Danielson leaving. They're not worried about Adam Cole leaving. Wait.
We got to pause because we got to let the ladies recover from the heartthrob showing up. We got to let them recover. They got to catch their breath. You know?
Look, this is more so for the guys. Look, guys. Look, guys, this message is just to y'all. Look, I'm sorry that your girls are already in my DMs, but I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart that your ex is coming next like a W do. But anyways,
Bars.
But I'm sorry, we were talking about Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole.
Yes. Well, more so the fact that WWE, and Kevin Owens / Kevin Steen. We were talking about the fact that WWE is basically lying about the fact that they're not worried about them losing Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, XWE guy here, XWW guy there. Because if this was the case, why did you have John Laurinaitis? Why did you have his job specifically to re-sign Daniel Bryan? Why did you have everybody rush to have interviews? McMahon of all people to have it to have a one-on-one with Adam Cole. If you're not worried about it,
hey, babe, I'm buying that shirt or like the next shirt that comes out after that. By the way,
the moment I get extra money, that shirt is definitely that would be my second AEW shirt.
Oh, I've got. Let's see here. I've got this one here. And then I've got the Texas one that I wore at the Houston show, and then let's see, I've got a couple of the hoodies. I'm not gonna. I got that Letterman jacket, and then the like one or two hoodies.
Once again, fellas, we need to pause for the ladies because Jaeger just showed off all of the muscles and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean, we talking about gun shows or some shit anyway.
Whoa. We didn't get this shit regulated yet.
Oh, sorry.
Do not get a kick off of YouTube, Jaeger. Okay.
I mean, hey, man. Look. I already said that I wasn't gonna pull out the Thang Slayer since you already pulled out the King Slayer, but I'm doing my best not to get us deplatformed here.
Look, they can have nude yoga on YouTube. They can't have the male gun show on YouTube. We ain't crossed that line yet. So we.
I'm sorry. You said nude yoga?
Yeah, that's the thing that's a loophole that they have now.
No fucking way.
Huh?
No way. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Like it's because
I'm gonna go do some research.
This is like health and educational shit. Look, the more you know icon thing.
For strictly scientific purposes, I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah.
All right. The more you know, folks. So there's nude yoga on YouTube.
That is something I did not know. Here I was doing shit the old-fashioned way. Anyways, what?
Like I just asked Dizzle, do you think Kevin Owens is leaving in January?
Well, I would have maybe said no had I not heard about him tweeting the coordinates for Mount Rushmore and then instantly deleting that.
Right.
And then upon finding out that he's early 2022 is when his contract January. Yeah, that and then the Mount Rushmore tweet. I can only imagine that he's going to be going to AEW. Which I will say right now, they need to put a hard stop. And I know that I said that we need to do this soon, but they need to put a hard stop because like soon is now here. They need to put a hard stop on hiring like WWE guys for now after Kevin Steen.
I'll say because Bray Wyatt will be before then. Sorry, Wyndham Rotunda will be before then. So
hopefully all this. And I don't know if y'all been. I'm gonna upload this later after this show for After Dark. But little sneak peek, Dark Order is kind of falling apart.
I mean, they was kind of falling apart on Dynamite.
They were, but it's been. I don't know the story. The bricks. The bricks were being laid throughout Dark and Elevation. I mean, if Wyndham ends up being the new Exalted one, that'd be cool. And it would be... Honestly, I would not be surprised if that ends up being the direction they go, especially... we're talking about AEW on WWE. I'm sorry.
No. This is all AEW. We're gonna talk about... I mean, this is AEW, but we're gonna throw in some... We're gonna pepper in NXT talk. But there's a reason why we're not really covering NXT.
We're doing AEW. Okay. Cool.
I did not realize it was AEW Dynamite. I thought we was doing it.
I came in all late, so I didn't know.
No. You're good.
I didn't even realize it.
I'll tell you now. So for those of you who like desperately want fucking NXT content, I made the decision today that we're gonna wait because we're gonna cover the first show of this whole revamp.
Yeah.
As a regular fucking recap review. But all these shows prior to that, because of how this NXT felt, I don't know what the fuck matters.
I'm going to tell you this right now. My bro, shout out to Mike, he flat out said NXT sucks right now.
Yikes.
He told me that today, that NXT sucks right now.
Because here's the thing. Everything inside the ring, whether it was good or not, it all felt lifeless.
It did.
Now the segments and skits and stuff, cool, no problem. Yeah. But the in-ring stuff, no slack on anybody in the ring. It just felt lifeless.
Shouts out to Caden Carter though.
Yo.
Yes.
Caden Carter though.
Although the outcome of that match also sucked.
And Elektra Lopez though.
Although, and I mean, I'm gonna speak on it in After Dark, but since we're talking about AEW, Kiera Hogan though. Anyway, but hey, and I heard I saw Ember Moon did some heelish actions. I don't know if that's a turn or what, but
nah,
it wasn't really heelish. But you know what? We'll get to this one last story, and then we'll give a quick little end of NXT.
Let's do it.
So, how did y'all feel about Mick Foley's comments? Well, wait. Let me preface it to the world out there. Mick Foley did a Facebook Live video, and he basically said in a nutshell, if I was going to WWE today, I don't think I can trust them with my career. Back then, yes. Today, no. And how can anybody want to go to WWE because they're not doing right by their superstars? So it makes sense for all of these people to be going elsewhere, perfectly AEW. So that's basically a nutshell of kind of what Mick said.
Yeah, this goes to, again, what we pretty much have been saying this entire time, and that's the fact that if we look at the landscape of WWE, AEW, so on and so forth, if everybody's saying the same exact thing, then clearly WWE is doing something wrong. Because they're the only ones that's saying that they're doing everything right. They got nothing to worry about. Expletive, whatever. When you talk about Cornette saying that, and we've said it too, Vince has plenty of yes men, bless you, plenty of yes men behind him saying everything that he wants to fucking hear. Mm-hmm. And you have everybody, Mick Foley of all people, who actually has no reason to say a bad thing about WWE ever because of the chance they took on him. Even if you take out the whole WCW did him kind of wrong, but the stuff that ECW did for him, the stuff that he did in Japan, WWE, as far as making him a mainstay on a big platform, he has no reason to say anything bad
at all.
But to go out and to say, "Yo, WWE, you guys may have something to worry about," I'd probably think about doing something different or making some changes.
And even Booker T agreed,
as he should have. And Booker T is.
But Booker T said it differently because he said, "I agree, we got to do better." So maybe Booker T, I guess, is still a company man.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But he did say, "I agree with Mick. We have to do better." So, yeah.
I mean, they may have been early to say it then, but this could have been said as early as when they let go of the Good Brothers. It could have, and with the first initial wave of firings, excuse me. But, and I don't know, WWE's trying to show or showcase their new talent that they're bringing in, which all look kind of similar. But, and I guess their newest, most prestigious hire or acquire is going to be this Olympic medalist, Gable.
Yeah, Gable Stevenson. I think they got his brother too.
Yeah,
they got his brother for NXT. I don't know if they actually signed Gable Stevenson for main roster. They did. Okay,
I don't know
about main roster, but they did sign him. Yeah, and like you just said, it's hard when you. I guess it's hard for WWE when you hear it from somebody like Mick Foley, who, like you just said, Lip. But on top of that, they've given him plenty. Like they've, I don't know, they gave him reality shows. They gave him this, that, the third. Like he has been a company man through and through. Mm-hmm. So this, if anybody else's voice, should be ringing to their ears right now.
Mm-hmm. But
it's not.
But you know what?
Sadly, it's not.
I'm loving how Karrion Kross was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Well, I mean, look what they did to this fucking guy.
Seeing what happened with Karrion Kross and then seeing Adam Cole walk away is like, all right, guys, something is completely wrong with this company.
When you sit down in front of Vince, who is pretty much throwing like everything in the house plus the kitchen sink to try and keep you, and you say thanks but no thanks, and then go on Dynamite to say that AEW is the best company out there right now. Oh, and like 2 weeks removed, or 3 weeks removed from your takeover, your final like big match. You have no choice but to like maybe be like, oh shit, maybe we are fucking up. Sadly, I don't think that they're gonna realize that they're fucking up yet.
Well, I mean, it's already starting. It's starting now because of this Dynamite. They beat out Raw on the 18 to 49 demo in ratings.
Oh shit!
Yeah, by I think it was 50.53.
Oh damn!
They beat them out. Yeah, and their ratings for this week was like 1.3 mil. So,
well, yeah, when you got when you're talking about throwing Bryan Danielson in the main event or in the championship contention, when you're talking about Adam Cole going into action and just back with the crew that, I don't know, started all of AEW.
Yeah.
And he reminds you that this is what started all of AEW. Like, it's hard not to ignore, but for some fucking reason, actually not even for some fucking reason, but with strong belief, I feel like this is going to fall on deaf ears with Vince and Laurinaitis and Nick Khan and everybody else. Like, I don't understand what they're not hearing yet.
And, you know, one thing, and I'm just to kind of go back to what Scoot was saying about, and you know, it's my memory's like fucked right now. Because I don't know if it's you, Jaeger, that said, or you that said it, Scoot, about why it's taking Adam Cole and the Karrion Kross for them to notice. And I think what happens is, like, if you look at Karrion Kross, you look at how he was in NXT, and you look what he's doing now on main roster, and you look at how a lot of NXT transports moving to main roster look like before. Nothing has been this glaring as it has been now, because if we go back to thinking about like the Golden Era, and then a little bit after that, and then and then leading into the Attitude Era, we remember seeing people that look cartoonish and then going to be badass. We saw Karrion Kross be a badass and then transported and then turn into something that looked cartoonish. He did the opposite of what they used to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people tend to notice, is that he looked like he should have done the whole gladiator gimmick, and then went to move into the badass to put eyes on him. And
you know what it is? It's that lack of Scarlet. But
and then there's that, because and that would be the case, because you would take him, you would put him with a top manager or top valet, and then make him a badass, and then propel him with that entrance. But they stripped him of all that, and basically
that entrance is was so good. You cannot, like, how do you watch NXT, see Karrion Kross come out in such a glorious way and say, you know what? Fuck all that. Let's give him a gladiator mask and have him come out.
And
ridiculous.
Even if they didn't want to do all the smoke and fog, like you could at least still gave him the essence of that entrance.
Yes,
could have, yeah.
You could have darkened the room. You could have put the spotlight on him.
Yeah,
like you could have had Scarlett be the one to first come out, do her little I don't even know if you want to call it a dance or ritual that she does.
Ritual makes more sense. I like that.
Okay, let's call it a ritual then. Have her do her little ritual with the whole entrance music, cut the light on Cross and let him, and then shine it right on him and Scarlett. I mean, you could have. I mean, it could have been. It could have been something so spectacular, and it's sad to say that they've been doing this though. They did it with they toned it down Shinsuke, from when he was in NXT. They kind of kept Balor's same energy. They kind of kept AJ's same energy, but everybody else got altered in such a way that it's just okay, this is not the same guy from NXT.
Well, the Demon is about to come back.
Yeah, I was about to say they did this. They're doing the same thing that they did with Cross to Balor, because if you remember, with him going to NXT, he had already stated when he became Prince, he basically said, "I don't need the Demon. I don't need this. I don't need that. So now they're taking all that he did on that side and saying, "Oh, nope, fuck all that. He needs that to beat Roman." Which now they're about to feed the Demon to Roman.
Yep.
And that's going to be the one person to beat. It's like,
yep.
Of all people to beat Roman, it should be Finn, especially with the current roster looking the way it is.
But the problem is, you're not going to have Finn Balor beating Roman Reigns on Extreme Rules.
No.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, no. If Roman's losing that belt anytime soon, it's going to be WrestleMania. And that's not even soon.
No.
And I've relegated myself to the only thing I'm watching WWE-wise is SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania.
I'll watch the pay-per-views.
I won't even
watch the pay-per-views because I'm usually not really doing much on a Sunday night. I'm just not watching Raw and SmackDown. And to be honest with you, the Becky Lynch thing has me not wanting to watch SmackDown.
That's more than fair. No, that's more than fair. Yeah, I mean, then what did they do? They tried, and they're trying to I don't know, solidify Becky by doing the Extreme Rules thing, the rematch, I guess.
So far in Extreme Rules, you got Becky and Bianca, don't know the stipulations. You got Bobby and Randy Orton, don't know the stipulation. You got Roman and Finn, don't know the stipulation. And you also have, I thought there was something else.
If I can go back to
3 so far, I think.
If I can go back to Finn and Roman, it's
I'm sorry, Charlotte and Bliss.
Okay.
So I think those are the 4 fights so far for Extreme Rules.
Here's the sad thing about Finn and Roman, though, is that as he became the Prince in NXT, and he said he didn't need the Demon anymore, it's kind of, if I can draw a Dragon Ball Z parallel to it, it's like you're sending Gohan, who went and became Ultimate, didn't need Super Saiyan anymore. He's at this new heightened level. He doesn't need Super Saiyan. He doesn't need that. He's at his ultimate form, his ultimate level. And now you're having somebody in Finn, aka Ultimate Finn, reverting back to using Super Saiyan, aka the Demon. And now you're gonna have him probably lose to let's just say Golden Frieza, aka Roman.
Yeah,
and they wonder why people don't want to stick around.
And that's the main thing. And yet they continuously say we got these stuff in the pipeline. We got these planned. Oh, we got stuff planned for Keith Lee down the line. We got stuff planned for Karrion Kross down the line. Oh, this whole thing that happened with Bianca, it was all the plan that we had. So, we got something going down for this. Guaranteed she doesn't win that title back for months, if that's the case.
Yes.
If she's winning her title back, it's going to be fucking WrestleMania probably.
It'll be because somebody else took that title off of Becky.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Or it'll be a triple threat and she pins the other person.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then Becky will go on, oh, you didn't beat me, blah, blah, blah. And then look, WWE.
It's a Charlotte effect.
Oh, shit. Look, WWE. You see, Loki, we're all mad about it.
That's right, Loki. That's right.
We're all mad about it. But WWE, whatever the hell plans you have, you need to kind of put them into motion now.
They got to do something.
Because you're losing your people. Especially your NXT fans.
Here's a difference about AEW, and the more that we talk about it, the more I've had time to think about this. Them having this huge roster is actually to their benefit because of the fact that they can grant a lot of people their time off if needed. They don't have to rely on the same people over and over and over, and they can do things within a season.
And then not only that too, but the beauty is they're allowing their people to work elsewhere.
Yes.
In WWE's case, if you're not wrestling on Raw, SmackDown, Main Event, 205 Live, NXT, then you just sitting at home.
Yep.
Or in catering.
At least in AEW's case, it's like, well, hey, let me go do a few shows back at this promotion that's at home. All right, bet.
Just don't get hurt.
Pretty much. Shout out to Reka Tahaka for doing all that. Been following you.
but yeah, man. That's...
Did you get a chance to watch NXT, Jaeger?
So, like y'all are saying, it's like how it's lifeless.
Mm-hmm.
It's been feeling lifeless for me since like leading up to TakeOver.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense.
I have not found the will to watch NXT.
All right, well, you know what? I can give you the Cliff Notes version. The season premiere, we're going to have a fatal four-way between LA Knight, Kyle O'Reilly, Pete Dunne, and I forgot who the fourth person was to determine the number one contendership for Samoa Joe.
Kyle O'Reilly, Pete Dunne, LA Knight, and
Kyle O'Reilly, LA Knight, Pete Dunne. Oh, Tommaso.
Well,
Tommaso. It's going to be a fatal four to determine who's going to be number one contender to Samoa Joe's title.
So, let's see here. Go ahead.
Stone talked Regal into getting Frankie Monet a title shot, which she will get Tuesday. You got the wedding, of course, and now segment one of the bachelorette party was Indy having a little dinner or lunch with the ladies, and then it led to her and Candace wanting to spy on the fellas. And at the bachelor party,
Hold on. Who are the ladies? Because it should just be her and Candace.
It was Mackenzie was there, and it was a bunch of other women that's on the roster that was just there.
Okay.
But it didn't. Their segment didn't really make as much sense because it was really more about the bachelor party, which was Dexter Lumis, Johnny Gargano, the Zombie Ref, Drake Maverick, Odyssey Jones, and Cameron Grimes. So what happened was Johnny was like, Dexter, who's paying for this wedding? Who's paying for this bachelor party? And then here comes Grimes was like, you know what? I'm feeling good. I'm willing to put the past behind us. I'm going to pay for the bachelor party and I'm going to pay for the wedding. All you gotta do is just shake my hand, Dexter. So I guess him and Dexter are on good terms.
So Stockholm syndrome like a motherfucker, huh?
Yeah. So that's how the wedding is going to get funded. It's going to be funded by Grimes. Then they had some little events. They did go-kart racing. They did axe throwing. And they did laser tag.
Laser tag.
And Grimes was like, whoever comes out like the winner of all of it will get $10,000.
Which, by the way, the team that they were playing laser tag against were all the guys that just got recently signed.
Yes.
Except for the Usos' little brother. He's the only one that wasn't there. Every other guy was there. Which, looking at them next to the already established NXT guys, I'm not impressed.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. He's not wrong. But all in all, it led to Loomis and Johnny doing not so much the no-look high five, but they did the high five to signify that I guess Johnny is finally okay with accepting Loomis. So now in my head, Austin Theory is going to interrupt the wedding next week.
I had the same thought.
The moment I saw them do the five, I was like, yep, Austin Theory is going to interrupt the wedding. Mei Ying had a fight against insert NXT random person here, and she won in very dominant fashion. Of course, it's Mei Ying.
Still took too long.
Yeah, it took way too long.
Like you.
Wait, Mei Ying herself actually had a match?
Yeah, she actually had a match herself.
But I told you, I said this shit months ago. I said it's not going to make sense if they, like, what's going to happen when she gets in the ring and she can't do all this whole hocus pocus BS.
Yeah.
And she gets in the ring and it's basically like a regular fucking person.
Basically.
Who had a much longer match than needed against a glorified jobber at this point. So
yes. The disappointment of the night came in the form of Io Shirai, Zoe Stark versus Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro. Of course, Io and Stark retained.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Caden, was it Caden and Casey that got jumped by the ladies? Or was it who got jumped by Gigi, JC, and Mandy Rose?
I think that was them. I think I skipped past it, so I couldn't even see.
A picture of this post match at least on Instagram.
But
why?
Go ahead.
Why are you masking Mandy Rose? I mean, fucking
she got in the face by Saray, so you know her face.
But
she gotta protect her face.
They jumped. Yeah, all three jumped Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter.
Yeah, I was just more upset at the fact that Carter and Catanzaro lost.
Yes.
I wasn't too happy with that one.
Why isn't that why wasn't this match at a takeover? Why wasn't this match?
Because they wasn't meant to win the tag titles. That's why.
They are though.
No, they're building it's gonna be JC and Gigi.
Mm-hmm. And see, here's the problem. And commentary trolled us because they even said on commentary, they were like, yeah, they believe that Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter, they're the ones they believe are the ones that's supposed to have these titles. Mm-hmm. They literally said this shit on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Gigi and JC should have been Casey and Caden's first opponents.
Yep.
For that belt.
I agree. Carmelo Hayes fought Santos Escobar, which led to Elektra Lopez body slamming Carmelo Hayes, threw him back in the ring, took the Phantom Driver. Santos gets the 1, 2, 3.
This is the guy that went up to Adam Cole's face,
right?
And said,
"This is the guy who still owns an open contract. He still owns an open contract." Hit Row did a promo. They wasn't there, but they did a little at the studio promo. Mm-hmm. So pretty sure pretty soon we're gonna have a 4-on-4 match between Hit Row and Legado.
That's the only thing that's making sense right now.
My boys, the Diamond Mine, the Creed brothers had a tag team match against some jobbers. And
wait, hold on. Before you even get to this, let me tell you what happened.
Go ahead.
I'm fast forwarding on fucking DVR. And I get to like the middle of this fucking match. And I'm like, why the fuck are these two jobber teams going against each other? What the fuck is going on? And then I see on outside of the ring is fucking the coal mine. And I'm it was the fucking coal mine. Look,
you know how much I love Diamond Mine. If you did not see this from the beginning, you would have that same reaction. Like, why the fuck are we looking? Because the thing is, they legitimately fought because it was the Creed brothers. They legitimately did fight two jobbers, but the Creed brothers units are wrestling singlets. Mm-hmm. So there was no pizzazz to them.
No.
They didn't have the Diamond Mine logo on their units or nothing. It was just black singlets.
So it just looks like two jobbers wrestling each other, or four jobbers wrestling.
It looked like two buff-ass jobbers wrestling two small jobbers.
Yeah, and I saw that, and then I looked, and I saw the coal mine, and I was like, "Oh, there's no need for me to watch this bullshit." So fast forward past it.
Eventually, the Creed brothers won, and Malcolm Bivens confirmed that he either watches the show or he saw my video because at the end he did say "Diamond Mine Forever."
Oh my gosh! You know what? No. We're not even doing that.
Thank you for
matter of fact, you know what? Because I haven't. You know what, Malcolm Coal Miner, if you are watching, and I hope you are. I hope you did give him that little, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Here you go.
But the main event was MSK taking on Lorcan and Birch to get their tag team titles back. Trying to make sure I didn't forget nothing else in between all of that. But I think that was everything.
Let me guess. MSK won that.
MSK won. And then MSK won. And then Dunn
Lorcan and Birch.
Birch and Lorcan.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that was it. I mean, LA Knight had a little promo in his car about,
Well, the four contenders each had a little promo throughout the show saying, why they want to get the belt and all that other stuff. So that did happen. But yeah, the big of the night was Holland and Dunn turning on Lorcan and Birch.
So you're recycling what I'm seeing, at least for the NXT title. You're recycling the whole Karrion Kross thing by doing it with Samoa Joe.
Yes.
It should have just went
in it.
With all the shit that you built up, you should have at least had Pete Dunne be your absolute decision by now that it was going to be him versus like Joe.
I think that's who's going to win that Fatal 4-Way.
Dunne?
You're right. I think Pete Dunne should have just been the clear-cut number one contender, but I think that's who's going to win the Fatal 4-Way next week.
It should have been based on the story they were telling a long time ago. Like, it should have just been like straight there, and then they could have had like some type of triple threat or Fatal 4-Way with Johnny inserted after that, just to kind of prolong the shit. But they don't pay us to book.
No, they don't. But yeah, so that was NXT in a whole. I mean, in a nutshell. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything, but I think that was it.
We gave it more time than necessary, but it's all good.
I was saying, y'all wonder why I stopped watching.
But yeah,
I mean, y'all don't. I mean, y'all don't. But
well, I mean, we all have to watch it at least next week because next week is the season premiere.
Yeah, next week we will cover it in full detail.
With the flashy set and logo and everything, so
through gritted teeth or whatever, but okay.
But I will say this: if it's trash, it's gonna be a short ass fucking show.
Yeah.
I guarantee that.
Especially if Vince McMahon is written all over it.
No, don't forget who else is written in it.
And I know Bruce too, but Bruce is an extension of Vince. So with Vince McMahon's name being, and especially too with Triple H being out, Vince McMahon's name might be.
Thoughts and prayers / hope you get a speedy recovery, Trips. That's That's unfortunate that you had some issues, some complications.
Yes.
But yeah. Hopefully you. Man, I hope Trips gets better soon and can like laugh in Vince's face when the ratings drop like shit after next week. I mean, hopefully it's a decent show, but it's not going to pull the numbers that it's been pulling.
Well, we shall see. So,
indeed.
But yeah, that was NXT, guys. So I guess we'll move on to Dynamite.
Yes. Any news, Scoot?
Well, we kind of talked about it with the whole KO thing and the whole Mick Foley thing. That was kind of cross branding with everything. But as far as any AEW just news, period, no, I didn't really see much. I mean, they've been pretty transparent.
Yeah.
With everything as of late.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, well, did y'all see the new footage of the AEW game?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, for Jungle Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My brother is not feeling it.
He doesn't like the character design?
He thinking it's too arcadey. It's too arcadey looking.
I can see that. I had to turn my brain off a little bit for it because because it's really Darby's character model. That throws me off sometimes, but because I have to turn my brain off on that aspect of it and just like, okay, I need to see it as a complete game and not just for the models. It look, for those who are on the fence about it, it's going to be a sleeper hit. For those who are ready for this fucking game, it's going to be, no pun intended, fucking dynamite.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, the first thing I said to him, I was like, to me, it looks like an updated No Mercy. Like if No Mercy was to translate to now, I think that's what it would look like. And then he kept asking, is that what we want though? And I said, people keep saying No Mercy is one of the greatest wrestling games ever. So apparently
Mercy, freaking Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth.
Yeah.
Even a couple of the SmackDown versus Raws. Those were fun.
Yeah. This is the reason. Like, I'm not even looking at it being a rendition of a previous game at all. What I'm looking at, and it took me looking at all these episodes of them covering certain games, and the care and concern they take into the fucking mobile game by listening to feedback and everything. I'm like, okay, if they're doing this much just for this shit, I know that they're gonna take care and concern into the actual like full-on wrestling game.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, even if I don't see anything, I got full trust in it.
And that's why I was also telling them too. And I said, we got to remember, this is a game that's not coming out to next year. We got to give it a little time to cook a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got to let it simmer. So maybe when more gameplay and more footage comes out, he might change his mind, but I was like, I'm here for it at the moment.
They definitely nailed his Jungle Boy signature maneuver with the corner ropes and all that. That was.
I was happy that the hair physics was looking kind of cool. That they got his hair right. Like I was happy with that.
And at the same time, like if they're not trying to go too realistic, it makes it easier for them to do more shit on as far as like the in-ring stuff. Because if you're trying to go too realistic, you're going to be too focused on how things look. Like if they do a move and like their whole character model like fucks up. If it's more on the cartoony side, then they have a chance to do a lot more with everything else. So I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with characters looking like a little cartoony. Like,
well, I myself I was a huge fan of WWE All Stars. So,
and that was over the top.
And that was very over the top. But other than that, I think that was really it with Dynamite with AEW and news. So
okay. So we start off good old Dynamite. Dustin Rhodes, Malachi Black.
This match lasted way too fucking long.
Agreed. Yes, but it also should have been in the pay-per-view instead of QT, or not QT, but well, QT Marshall and Paul White.
That is true.
And I hated that the spin kick was botched
on the shoulder. But I mean, I'll give Malachi some leeway because Dustin is a tall individual.
That is true.
Like if Malachi maybe would have did a jump spin kick, that would have been more apropos. But I'll like I said, I'll let that one slide a little.
I'm sorry, Karrion Kross, since they bastardized your entrance. Malachi Black now has the best entrance in wrestling today.
Yeah, because the care they take into that entrance.
Oh my
god!
How they'll flash the light when he's sitting Indian style on the stage. Yeah. Then they'll black it out, and then they'll shine it on him again once he's at the turnbuckle. Oh no, they shine it when he's at the beginning of the ramp. Then they'll shine it again when he's at the turnbuckle. Then they shine it again when he's Indian style in the middle of the ring.
And then he just unveils it. It's beautiful.
Karen concerned people, and I'm pretty sure he had all the input on the match.
Yes. But like I said, this match, I think this match would have been a lot better if it was at All Out. And this match would have been Paul White and QT.
Yeah.
That would have been fine. Yeah. Because then it would have been shorter. And out the way. But I would have been fine with this match being the way that it was had we not got the information that we got later on.
Yes.
Because if you're gonna have him and Cody have a match later on, why not just have Cody have some type of dramatic return? Because that's all in Cody's wheelhouse. But to have him just pop and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna have another match. Why?
I think what is it, 2 weeks until that match? I think it'll have Cody's dramatic return next week and then you're gonna finally get Malachi outside of a recorded promo at in ring, in the black on black suit, and he'll cut a promo there, and then Cody will return.
Now I know we're 2 weeks ahead. Does Cody win this match? Because Cody is. Does Cody win?
With Cody being the king of dramatizing, or at least dramatizing his return matches, I can't see him not winning and giving Malachi his first loss, but hopefully he does lose and keeps Malachi strong, so that way you can end this whole Nightmare Family feud and have him go on to, I don't know, face Miro.
Yeah, I can't see Cody winning because
I hope he doesn't.
I don't want him to either.
I'm thinking about Malachi's.
Right. Cody is very dramatic,
but I'm thinking about Malachi's promo before when he was talking to Lee Johnson, where he said he took it easy on Cody, he took it easy on Brock, he took it easy on Arn. If that's the case, then what's probably going to happen is he's going to have a full-on match with Cody, and thing is he can't lose. That's the thing. You can't sit here and say you took it easy on Cody and then lose to him.
True. You have a point there.
Yeah.
You have a point.
Yeah. Cody will do the right thing.
Hopefully.
Yes. Or Malachi will take him out before that match even happens. Or something will intervene.
Better. That's even better.
Ooh. Nah. No, she's. Why did Selena have to re-sign with freaking WWE?
Because she thought they were gonna keep her husband.
She was lied to.
Definitely. I mean, yes, thank you for repointing that out. I've asked this question, you've answered it the same way. But God damn it. No, it would have been so much better to see Cody with Brandy come out in 2 weeks, and then Zelina shows up and causes that loss for Cody or something like that. But then that would take away from Malachi, so I don't know.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
It's just weird altogether. I mean, just the whole situation.
It is. But
I don't
we'll
think
see.
We will. But after that, I believe, it was the we got the promo from Proud and Powerful.
Yeah.
Where they were,
if they don't become tag team champions sometime soon, I'm putting Proud Powerful now in the same boat I did with Dr. Baker. The longer Proud and Powerful do not have those tag team titles, it's bad on the tag division.
I mean,
yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, give me a bomb ass match between them and Lucha Brothers.
Yes.
And just that like I'm at the I'm for sure I'm at the point to where it's like these tag titles are going to be the most changed titles in AEW for the next
2 years.
Year and a half, 2 years. And I'm still at the point where I'm like, yo, at least 2 more teams are gonna hold those titles. I'm sorry, at the most 2 more teams are gonna hold those titles before the year ends.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can get behind that.
But yeah. They said they're gonna go through the entire roster, show that they are the best, and they're gonna make it to their goal, which are the tag team titles. So yeah, Proud and Powerful all fucking day. Period. Then we get, surprisingly, CM Punk coming out and doing this thing. And it was funny because I literally thought there was going to be a heel turn that happened with the way everything started. But then Taz got on the mic, and I was like, oh, shit, here we go. But then I thought about it.
I will say this before you get into it. Mm-hmm. Kudos to Punk, because Punk was legitimately talking to Taz like, fam, why are you interrupting me? Like, fuck is your problem right now, my guy?
I mean, very valid reason to ask that question.
Very much so.
Yeah, it was definitely, because I couldn't tell like if it was like a work or a shoot at that time, because I'm like, yo, the way that kind of came off, I'm like, yo,
that really felt impromptu, to be honest.
Yeah. But
it did come off like a very much impromptu.
But yeah, so I mean, maybe we finally get Team Taz in a legit. Well, I mean, it would be a legitimate feud if CM Punk is involved, obviously. But it looks like we might get, because I believe I remember Punk saying that he did want to do something with Hobbs. I don't remember him saying anything about Starks or Hook for that matter, but I do remember him saying something about Hobbs
too. I mean, he called out the whole Team Taz, but I'm pretty sure if he wants to do something with Hobbs, he would want to do something with Starks.
Yeah.
Or at least he's gonna have to.
Well, at this point, yeah. So what it looks like is he's probably gonna
Go ahead. Sorry, man.
he's probably gonna tend to Hook and Hobbs until Starks is done with Cage, which I still don't know why the fuck this shit is still. I mean, I get it. You know, he did intervene in Hobbs' match, but still, I'm like,
you know what? Why wasn't that match like an all-out match or something for the FTW title?
I don't think. I think kind of what Lip said. I don't think Starks is 100%.
Yeah, I think he's legitimately still hurt. I think what happened was he probably thought he was good to go. Probably got hurt again in the Cage match. Well, I'm sorry, in that match with Cage.
I got what you meant.
Yeah, somebody else will be like, "What Cage match?" No, in the match that he had with Cage. And then he probably said, "Let me sit out a little bit more because it probably tweaked again," which makes sense. But yeah, so this just gives him more time. We'll get more promos between him and Cage, which is fucking stupid. They did that Cage and never mind. Let me shut the fuck up on that. It doesn't matter.
Overall, when Taz started talking, I could not help but just go like, to throw. No, I mean, nothing against this feud. Which I mean, if you got CM Punk involved, it'll be great. But or at least it'll be good. But I didn't like. He could have been feuding with somebody else or some other team, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it just
it
made it feel like he's going into mediocrity.
Now, one good thing did come out this promo with CM Punk looking straight at Taz and his team. Beat me if you can. Survive if I let you.
I let you.
And I popped for that because I was like,
if I let you, I was like, ooh, please go heel. Please show me some like dirty tactics or some brutality. Like, let me. Like, I'm all on board the heel Punk train, and I just want to see it happen.
I think this is the beginning of it because again, there was a lot of things that happened here, and there's one. Taz put the first thing in. He's like, I'm sick of this goody, Punk.
Mm-hmm.
So he threw the first seed out there. Secondly, I have a feeling that Punk is going to start wrestling all these new guys, and then he's going to say, throw all the niceties his way. He's like, fuck it. I'm going to start being selfish. I'm going to start taking my spots, taking my shots, and then that's it. So I think they're going to do a slow burn on this one, which I'm cool with. Because that means we'll still get some of the face Punk up to a certain point, and then after that, it's gonna be like, all right, fuck it. Then Taz is gonna be on commentary like, "See, I told you this is gonna happen at a certain point in time," and yeah. So fuck yeah. But of course, with that, Punk had a face off with Hobbs. He was walking, back up the ramp, and
from that point, own a fucking shirt?
Huh?
Does Hook own a shirt?
Besides that one wife beater?
No, I'm talking about just a shirt. All I see him wearing is beaters. Does he actually own a shirt?
He owns a hoodie.
Okay.
There was a hoodie at one point that he used to wear.
He does wear a hoodie.
Yes.
Now, I will admit, I was walking Bella, so I did miss this match.
It was a typical match in this sense to where it's like you got speedy babyface against strongman heel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got Dante Martin taking some of his spots. You had Hook try to stop Dante Martin from doing a lot of his spots, but he ended up getting a couple more off. So he got to showcase a few things here and there. Got a nice little babyface pop, but for the most part, can't overcome the powerhouse. No pun intended.
Okay.
Hobbs got it, and then that was it. Done deal. Over and done.
All right.
Still a fair match for both. It's still a fresh It's still a fresh matchup on Dynamite. So I'm always for that. So cool.
I would really just like that. Damn it, I can't remember Darius. I would really like Darius to be healthy already, but that's also what the commentary kind of touched up on as well.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? And it's I don't want to sound bad in that sense, but it's like when the universe is at work, it's like everything takes its time. So it's like Dante Martin is sitting here, being the eyes for the team at this point. So now, once Darius gets there, Top Flight is going to get like just bam because of all the work that Dante Martin has done. So,
however, you're going to have to really showcase Darius because Dante has had all that spotlight leading up to
it's going to be that Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy effect, where Dante will get all like that Jeff babyface pop, and Matt will still be there as like the older, but that'll be Darius.
I swear to God, if we see Dante and Darius join the HFO, I'm gonna leave.
Oh God, no, that's not happening. Don't put that in Tim. Don't put that in Scoot Stoop, man. He don't need that. But we get from there and we get MJF coming out to talk about his loss to Jericho or the conspiracy behind it.
Now, see, this the shit I was talking about a few weeks ago. Where's the outrage for the shit MJF was saying? I haven't heard nothing. I haven't heard nobody talk about the shit MJF was saying.
Wait, what?
About
doing a MJF's promo.
Oh shit, dude! He went for the low hits.
Nobody has been saying nothing, but fucking Max Caster references a couple of things. He was suspended.
Well, when when MJF said Metheny, I was just like, okay, you
are taking it.
That's like, it's like here was the line, and you went whoo.
Yes.
Like that, and then he calling Aunt Linda all that shit.
Yep.
Then what he was about to say to Brian Pillman Jr. before he attacked him, like, where's the outrage for MJF and his words?
It's not there. But again, we've touched on this plenty of times, which is why I say that I'm pretty sure. And look, this is all praise on us. I don't care what anybody else has to say, because I didn't see anybody else out there defending Max Caster in any sense. Everybody else said the same bullshit. So I put that on us to say, yeah, I believe it's something that we said that got to them. Which is why Max Caster is back on TV.
Hey, you know what? AEW, we know that you watching.
Oh yeah, and keep watching. We appreciate it.
There's no bias here. I mean, there's a bias between y'all and WWE, of course, but as far as if you do some fuck shit, we will call you out on it. But hey, when you do the good shit, we keep talking about it. So
I didn't see a news update about MJF taking some time off of the promos.
It's not gonna happen. You want to know why? Because he's
been that way since
he's a heel, and that's what heels do. But you can't say the same thing about Max Caster, because even though he's a heel, there's a line, and he has to stay behind that line. You just don't say certain things when you're Max Caster. But when you're MJF, you can say whatever the fuck you want. Like, hey, your mom should have swallowed instead of having you.
Yeah, that was a little much.
And not only that, but then he mentioned the fact that how with all the other wrestlers she slept with, that it was like, oh, so
right?
Nobody saying nothing. But Max Caster references a couple of things. You're damn near fired.
Fucking damn near a decade old.
So I just want to point out the hypocrisy in that.
Although, and this is a spoiler because I will be speaking on it, but I did catch them on Dark, and a certain Max Caster did come back to action. And what was it? They did a pretty funny bit where for their entrance, where was it Max Caster comes out with the AEW approved rap for their entrance. And they're like, we are the Acclaimed and we are here to stay. Like, these opponents like bring nothing, so let's hit the hay, or like some lame ass rap. And they're reading it, and they actually have it printed out, like what their rap needs to be. And then he's like, wait, what the hell is this? Like, look, Anthony, they got a line for you too. And he's just like reading it out, like, nah, this is bullshit. So they say, you know what? Forget all this. We're gonna do it like how we want. And then they actually like do a little rap that's more their tone, I should say, and much better. Glad it's approved one way or another. But I mean, hopefully Tony or like somebody is listening to us. I mean, we know you are, but I don't know who. But I'm glad y'all are, because they ain't do shit wrong, and you fucked up by punishing them.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad they hold true to that whole we're a family aspect, because that's usually how you handle. You don't just get rid of somebody. Like you either talk to them and then you see what the problem is, and then you try to move past it in the amicable fashion that's going to make it better for everybody. Like, let's not water down Max Caster because, again, he's good. Is there some certain things that he shouldn't say? Absolutely, if that's the case. But if you actually look at it and dissect the situation instead of just going forward and be like, hey, everybody's outraged by this for the wrong fucking reasons, and then just let them go because of it, that's the wrong approach. Mm-hmm. But I think what Tony did, and this is probably where I say, we may have been too hasty by, attacking them for it. But, I think what he did, he surveyed the landscape and seen how much outrage was, and said, we're going to just pull you away for a little bit, not try to, do the offense and say, hey, he's our guy, fuck y'all, whatever, you can hate us if you want. It was he did the business thing. So I understand that from a business aspect, So I'm just glad that. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the conspiracy theorist in my head is thinking that somebody on the board knew some people that were part of that whole fiasco.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, man, that ain't cool." and they're like, "You gotta do something about what your guys are saying." Yeah. So they iced him for a second, gave him his punishment, if you want to call it that, and are gonna just stay away from talking about Duke lacrosse or Duke of this or Duke that.
Yeah. So, all in all, got a happy ending on that side. But yeah, as far as this situation with MJF and Brian Pillman Jr., I'm okay with this feud happening. I'm okay with them having this fucking match. The only thing I'm not okay with is the way everything was handled on Brian Pillman Jr.'s side, because
he wasn't riled up enough for me.
Yeah, like if you're gonna talk about my family, I'm not gonna sit here and come out and like try to talk up Cincinnati. Like fuck all that. I don't even see anybody at that point. Only person I see is the one that's talking shit. And I'm not finna do the whole, we got, this is the jungle of Cincinnati. We got a lot of people coming out of Cincinnati. Like, no.
Fuck the people at that point.
Exactly. So, so hopefully he's able to watch back on this and say, look, and I get it. He was back home. He was happy to have the spotlight. Cool. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to make the most of it if that's me. Like, I'm going to make, even if it's a small thing, I'm going to make a fucking impact on that one. So, but yeah.
Nah, there should have honestly been no Wardlow. Although I did like how MJF was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? You gonna stand up for me like you did against Chris Jericho? Huh?
So
I mean, granted.
So to kind of give context, wasn't after this match the Pinnacle versus Dark Order, or was it something else? Then it was that.
No, it was the Ruby Soho interview with Britt Baker, and then it was the match.
Okay.
Very offensive, apparently.
The thing that is getting unique to me, MJF was talking that shit to Wardlow, but then it seems like the other four members of the Pinnacle are fine, but it's MJF that seems like he's the odd man out.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed, because, I mean, later on, of course, with that match, you had all of Pinnacle aside from MJF out there. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, you can say the same thing because all of Dark Order wasn't out there, but whatever. That's one thing I was going to ask about too, because we haven't seen a lot of the Pinnacle as a whole recently, or in like at all. Like there hasn't been a full in-ring like promo with all of them. I would expect this stuff from Inner Circle, because we've already seen them do stuff separately from each other, still repping Inner Circle. But with the Pinnacle, because they've talked so much about how they are a unit, how they're a family, and all this other stuff, and they're not out there like the dominant faction that they should be. So yeah, that leads me to like, okay, what the hell's going on now? I don't know if that's like an AEW thing, like they're trying to just keep like one main dominant heel faction out there in the Elite and not have the Pinnacle try to compete with that. So I don't know. It's definitely weird, but
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, but of course, from there, we end up getting a promo with Ruby Soho, and Britt Baker interrupts it, which of course, and they end up bringing up their history, and which is good. Which this even more so leads me to believe that Ruby Soho is going to lose against Britt Baker, because this is meant to put Ruby Soho in a role that's going to boost her stock in AEW, so that way they don't have to worry about her having like matches and building herself up to where she's already going to be established after this, to where she can go on, have her wins, losses, whatever, and then make her way back to the title. So again, because of her winning this, because I kind of figured this is where they were going to go, I'm still cool with her winning that Battle Royal, because I already know that Thunder Rosa is going to be the one to take that off of Britt Baker.
I can see that.
And then Thunder Rosa's little promo a little bit later.
Mm-hmm. Because she's definitely going to because that when during that they had what Thunder Rosa, Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose. I think that was it. I think those are the main ones that they had as far as.
I'm pretty sure it was
they had Ty and Anna Jay.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But that was more so them with the Bunny and Penelope Ford.
True, you're right.
Which I'm thinking that they might end up doing some women's tag titles as well too.
It's a possibility.
Sorry.
And I'd be fine.
Leading towards when they did that tournament.
Same, and they should. They should. Yeah. So, but from there, from that promo with Ruby Soho and Britt Baker, it was an open challenge for Ruby Soho that Jamie Hayter actually accepted. So, of course, we get this match.
Now, my brother brought up the fact that we should be going in on Jamie Hayter.
In what regard?
She was making.
How what?
How many about the botches she was doing during this match?
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan, but I was in some other regards.
But I think, and there's because this also part of it also happened in the Battle Royal a little bit, and I think, and it's seen, and I would hate to say it's Ruby Soho's fault because it's not her making botches. I think it's still her in like that WWE way instead of her in her indie way.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's one of the situations where it's like it's just miscommunication, and not of a bad way. It's just of a, hey, I'm working it this way. I need to kind of like CM Punk, like riding the bike again, but in a sense to where I haven't really got off the bike. I just been riding a different bike this whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think it's really gonna just take. Yeah, it's. But at the same time, it's hard not to see how it could be looked at as Jamie Hayter's fault. Mm-hmm. So I don't blame Mike for wanting us to go in on it.
I told him, I said I don't. I was like, you could tell Jamie is still a little green.
Yes.
So I was like, you could definitely tell. And then not only that, but then you on the big stage, and then you're going against somebody who's experienced, like with Ruby. And because then he was also bringing up the fact that how she botched that move with little Riho at the end.
Yeah,
that was my confusion. Like, why is Riho jumping in on all this?
Just to give Ruby some allies to go against Team Baker.
But I mean,
Chris Statlander's fine. I just trying to figure like why Rio is like.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, because it didn't make any sense.
No, it didn't.
And at the same time, it still even looks like mixed matched in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because even after like they had like their post match thing where they're like standing in the ring, three of them trying to like raise their hands and shit. Riho still stands out as like the oddball.
Yes, very much so. Because it's this little old woman
Like they could have easily slotted somebody else in there too. Like hell, Red Velvet had been helping Chris Statlander and Red Velvet had been helping each other. They both could have been out there instead.
Mm-hmm.
That made the most sense.
Not to mention, Red Velvet's also been having drama or like conflicts with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter.
Exactly. So, or they could have put somebody else in there that they hadn't. Like they could have put Kiera Hogan just to give her some shine, something.
Yeah.
Even if it was a little off, but Riho is the inaugural women's champion.
That's cool. She hasn't really been relevant since.
Exactly, but she's established. She doesn't need any type of rub.
I guess because she hasn't been on TV like that in a while, so we need to acknowledge the fact that Riho is still there. So,
well, they should have capitalized off that match she had with Serena D.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
But hey,
but it is what it is. Ruby Soho takes the win on this one. No surprise.
Yes, no surprise.
But from there, we get Dark Order and the Pinnacle.
I'm gonna say this. I mean, I don't know if y'all want to break the whole match down, but personally,
don't need to.
Personally, I don't really like this whole Dark Order feuding thing.
Okay.
Personally,
it's all going to lead up to somebody becoming the new Exalted One or the new leader.
I'm gonna go back to what I said. I think maybe like a month and a half ago, when I was talking about there being another them talking about like us talking about them being a new leader, and I said that there's going to be some discourse, and we're probably going to have like a split. Yeah, and some are going to go with this, and some are going to go the other way. I feel this is the case.
I mean, it seems like it now.
But what's going to happen is, I don't know if there's going to be a split, or there's going to be a conjoining of the Dark Order again under a new leader, or it's going to be remnants of the Dark Order that have a leader, and there's going to be some off on the outskirts finding their own way. Like, because it seemed like everybody with the fucking mask outside of Uno is siding on one side.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It's looking like it's John Silver 10 and 5 against Colt, Stu, and Uno.
Yeah.
Which makes me question, where the hell is Alex Reynolds?
Remember, he walked that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
So we might get 10 and 5 completely unmasked at that point.
Yeah.
And having their own identity, which I was calling for before, because I get. What matter of fact, what the fuck happens with -1?
Well,
what the fuck happens with
pretty sure with -1 now, it's probably gonna be more difficult since they're traveling. So
that's true.
So it's probably gonna be more difficult. And then I wouldn't be surprised to save face of it all. They'll probably be renamed.
Oh,
that Dark Order will be no more, and it'll be blank, whatever the new name is going to be.
Under the new
order.
Leader.
Under the new leader, it'll be under the new name.
Oh, you mean the cult of Wyndham?
Yes. Or whatever his creative mind thinks of a name.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm saying,
but I mean,
and it's perfect because it's literally leading up to it.
Yes.
I mean, of all the people to, I don't know, take the reins on Brody Lee's work, I think Wyndham would be like the ideal person. Yeah, he's the best choice. Yeah, by far.
And the crazy thing about it is, I can almost guarantee that he's been in contact with Tony Khan and them, and he's helping them do this whole storyline.
Probably.
Because like it just. We're going to get probably a Wyatt cult now, like because they had the small Wyatt family. Now he's gonna have like for real like the true Fireflies in this shit.
Oh man, that'll be Man, how much of a slap in the face is that to WWE to start showing Fireflies at AEW?
Oh, because they can't
Camera
copyright that shit. They can't do that because that's something everybody else came up with.
Mm-hmm.
They can do the yes movement all they want.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that every fan just decided to start doing. Just turn on the little cell phone lights while the lights went out.
Can't wait. Well, we in what? Yeah, very beginning of September. We got 2 months, less than 2 months.
But you see, that makes me wonder who's going to be the big debut. There's got to be somebody debuting at this New York show. Tony Khan himself has said there have been multiple guaranteed signings. I don't think they shot their entire load at All Out.
No. If anything, it might be. It could be a woman.
Yeah,
could be.
Because at this point right now,
could be Cassie and Jesse.
Oh, matter of fact, if that's the case, they might move towards it because they already said they're going to introduce new titles, and I don't think the trios titles are just the only ones. So if they're going to introduce the Inspiration, they may be preparing to introduce women's tag titles.
Yep.
Because you see a lot of pairs lately.
You have
Bunny and Penelope Ford
situation.
You see, of course, Ty Conti and Anna Jay. You already have Nyla Rose and Diamante. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
The groundwork is all laid, yeah.
Right now, hell, you even got technically Hater and Rebel. So
that is true. That is true. That would be nice too to have Hater carry the fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
See, they're gonna do a better women's tag division in WWE.
Well, that's not hard. That's because as soon as WWE booked the tag division, they started splitting them all up.
Yeah, that's true.
But so how did y'all feel about Tully's promo after the match?
It's Tully.
Yeah.
It's Tully, but is Tully going to be okay in the ring with Sting?
Yes. I'm pretty sure Tully has been actively doing something, and it's not like they about to have this high impact of a match either.
No, I want to see Tully do a destroyer.
Oh, fuck that.
But
he's gonna destroy his fucking hip.
I want to see Sting try and follow up with a destroyer.
Not on Tully.
So how are we feeling about Darby and Spears?
I'm fine with it. Matt. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm fine with this because this at least gives us a certain direction where Darby's going. Unfortunately for Spears, this is another feud that he's going to lose.
Yeah, especially after Darby just lost to CM Punk feud.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I hate about Spears is that he shouldn't be the one to continuously lose. Unless this is a setup for Pinnacle to end up becoming that dominant faction down the line. Only thing is, I don't know how much longer they have in a shelf life with everything else going on.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Because they need to be in a position where they're actually, one, winning gold, and two, being in marquee matches. Because outside of MJF, nobody in the Pinnacle was on All Out.
Yep. Nobody in the Pinnacle outside of FTR have been in prominent matches. Outside of Wardlow being in the fucking Labors of Jericho, which wasn't really much of anything, and then FTR going against Proud and Powerful, which is still a continuation of the Inner Circle versus Pinnacle feud. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, I don't know. And with the Elite being the dominant heel faction at this point, it's really, 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 really hard to put the spotlight on the Pinnacle right now.
It is.
So yeah, I think right now, as far as everybody else is in like a story building setup at this point, because right now the prominent stuff is where the fuck is Hangman, the Elite doing their shit, and then all the newcomers as far as Punk, Danielson, Soho, and then fucking Miro doing his thing. Everybody else is either on standby waiting for their like slotted in spot. Oh, and then Malachi Black doing his shit, but even that's still like minor.
Yeah.
So was I not the only one waiting? I know this would have been entirely too early to see it, but there was a part of me that was definitely waiting for Adam Cole during that whole Elite promo to just super kick Kenny or the Bucks.
Me too, but we'll get that.
Nah, no, I mean, I'll eventually get there.
I mean, I didn't see it coming yet because because of everything else that's going on, that would have just complicated things a bit more because Kenny and Elite already have a lot of adversaries at this point.
Yeah,
and with Hangman in like wake somewhere coming at some point, anybody else getting in the way is just gonna mess it up for Hangman winning that title.
Ooh, maybe that's what's going on in the New York show, is that we're not getting new people, we're getting the return of like Hangman or others.
It's
that'd be nice.
When is the New York show? Is that what, 2 weeks from now?
The 22nd.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, and we said what? All Full Gear was November 6th, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Middle of September or ending of September to November 6th. That's what, 5-6 weeks in between.
Yeah. Something
That's
like that.
About.
We could. I don't know. That could give plenty of time for some decent story building.
Okay. I can see it. We'll see.
All right, well, go ahead and talk about the promo then.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Elite promo.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Elite come out.
Because why did Adam Cole had to spit so much venom to Skivone like that?
Well,
here's the nerd.
And I love it. First off, Elite come out without Adam Cole, and I love the fact that they gave him the spotlight on the entrance because there's no reason not to capitalize on that. Bless you. And then two, the fact that they didn't even dance around the fact, dance around the fact that that Skivone and Britt Baker have like this friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And then to play on the fact like they're like the high school jocks, and he's like the nerd that does like the homework for Britt Baker, the hot cheerleader. He's like, I know that you got this little friendship thing with Britt Baker, but if you so much as look at her the wrong way, I will end you. Now get out of my ring, nerd. Yeah, keep going, nerd. Just the fact that just the way he said nerd, it was just like you try to make us hate you, but I can't because that shit's too funny.
Yes.
But then he finally got to business, got to the brass tacks of things, and said, AEW, All Elite Wrestling, is the best professional wrestling promotion in the world. Period.
I mean, at this point, how could you deny him?
You shot across the bow. He ain't wasting no time.
Not only that, we're talking to a man who was just there 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Granted, he was on the NXT side, but still, he was still part of the company as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Yep. After just having a sit down with the man.
So,
which by the way, if for those of you who don't know, which I'm pretty sure you should, for those of you listening, part of that deal, Bruce Pritchard wanted to make Adam Cole a heel manager, not a heel talent, not a heel.
Wait, whoa!
Did y'all not know this?
Wait.
Did y'all not know this?
Wait,
No,
was this
a heel? Wait.
Was this a scoop that Scoop did not have?
No, it was not.
I thought y'all do this. My bad. Here, let me break it down. So, in part of that, even after the shit he had, after the interview he had with Vince, the plan for Adam Cole was to go to Raw as a heel manager.
To who?
I don't know.
Who would you possibly have Adam Cole manage?
Probably Karrion Kross.
I mean, God knows he needs it right now, but fuck.
Yo, what?
Oh, yeah. Manager, not even a star.
Nope.
This is ooh.
A manager.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
You want Adam Cole so badly. You want Adam Cole so badly that you're gonna make him manage other talent. You're gonna make him watch other wrestlers that don't deserve it get belts.
Yes. A la Leo Rush.
Okay. So how do we feel about Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega? Because I don't want to discuss that other topic anymore.
I mean,
oh yeah.
Well,
Bryan Danielson's
well, not so much how do we feel about it. Is it too soon?
I'd say too soon, but if I can make a quick sidebar, plain white tees had not looked as good as they did until like Wednesday night.
You caught that too, right? Because it was funny because Danielson had his nice little V-neck, and then Kenny took off his shit and had a nice little white V-neck, and I was like, shit, where the fuck is mine?
Like, damn, I need to go get me a white V-neck. Yeah. But it's after Labor Day, folks. They shouldn't have been wearing them.
That's probably why they did it.
That's right, because we don't follow rules around here in AEW. We make them.
Nah.
But yeah, you know what the thing is? They're smart about this, and I think what they're doing, instead of setting up for a match that's going to be very soon, I think they're teasing this right now because I think they're going to put a lot of stuff in between Danielson and Omega to help build for this. Kind of how they did for that whole year stretch between Hogan and Sting.
Yeah.
Where that whole time they didn't even they would get physical here and there, but they never really just like had their official like match for the title. So I think they're gonna put it in people's faces, be like, oh damn, I can't wait to see this match. And you're gonna have just how Danielson did perfectly. Said, yeah, oh, I thought you're the best I thought you're the best professional wrestler. I thought you weren't afraid of anything. I thought nobody was on your level. I think you don't want to wrestle me because you're not on my level. Perfect. So you sit here and you have Omega lose to Hangman, kick out of the One Wing Angel, have that shit happen, and then you set up for Danielson and Omega, the match of the fucking century.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of, I did forget one news story only because we're talking about it now and it just made me remember. Congratulations to Kenny Omega for being PW Insider's #1.
For the second time now.
I was going to say, how many is this now?
Did y'all see the top 10?
Is it my top 10?
It was Rich Swann was 10.
Okay.
Shingo was 9. Balor was 8. Ospreay was 7.
Okay.
Moxley was 6. Coda was 5. Drew McIntyre was 4. Bobby Lashley was 3. And Roman Reigns was 2.
Okay, so we're going, yeah. So yeah, they're basically going off of Impact over the last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense. I can see for what happens. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. But so we getting Adam Cole and Kazarian next Wednesday.
Yeah, Kazarian's gonna do the job.
I was about to say it had to have been Kazarian to have that match because that leg drop he did on Cole, holy
vicious.
I saw that. I was like, you said action, but I'm pretty sure we know the opponent already.
This should be a damn good match. A sleeper match for some, because I know some people don't expect a lot out of Kazarian, but don't be sleeping on Kazarian.
Yeah.
Period. Him and Cole. I actually can't wait for this match because of the whole storyline. I think they need to be doing a lot more with the Elite Hunter Kazarian. Granted, he should have been the one to take the Impact title off of Kenny, but whatever. Yeah, I like that this whole thing with Danielson is wrapped up in the feud with Kaz, Christian, Jurassic Express, and him against the Elite. Because I think we might get like a marquee match at some point with them, probably at the New York show.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So yeah, but.
Oh, we didn't mention this, but how much of a banger is Adam Cole's entrance music?
Yes. And Bryan's. Both of them.
Yes, very true for Bryan.
Yes, both of their music is just
Tony Khan is always doing something right.
At this point,
because it's all within the details.
Somebody said I saw a meme talking about Tony Khan out here playing GM mode for real.
For real. Which, by the way, they like Scoot said they're deciding to add it into WWE 2K22.
I don't want to play GM mode with them people.
It's like play GMO with what roster? What roster are you gonna have in 2022?
Holy shit! That is such a fucking good point. Like all the best people that we would have wanted to play with are no longer there.
Granted, you got the what is it? The creation what is it called?
Creation Suite.
Creation Suite. There we go. So yeah, you can import them, but the ones readily available, not much or nothing. But it is what it is. Look forward to AEW and their GM mode, which by the way they also have a mobile game GM mode. So
which they advertise
by the way.
Heavily on Dark and Elevation.
If you got some time on your hands, you want to kill some time, it's actually it's pretty legit. Yeah.
All right.
A lot of free stuff. And then from there, we get to probably one of my only few gripes about the show. The main event.
Ashley said the same thing. Ashley was like, wasn't this supposed to be the big homecoming and everything? Why was this match not as epic and as long?
Yes.
I was like, I couldn't tell you, maybe because the TV time ran out. I don't know.
I had two big gripes about this match. One of them we're already addressing.
Okay.
Second one being, do you know who the fuck Minoru Suzuki is?
And that's what I'm saying.
Like, how dare you not give that man his full-on entrance?
That's another thing that clicks me. I was like, wait, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
Like, no. You don't cut that man off halfway. You let him come out to the full. Was it Kaze Ninare?
That's my thing. It's like, why did they have, like, if you literally had everybody react to it, well, half of everybody react to it on All Out, why not continue that on to fucking Dynamite? You had nothing to lose and everything to gain. especially with time.
Mm-hmm.
You then, I mean, look, for what it was a good match, albeit short. Very short for what it should have been.
Yeah,
that match,
too short.
You gave Moxley like 5 minutes of running around the crowd and like showboating and all that. You could have done that after TV time.
Thank you.
You could have done all that after TV time and had him like do a little in-ring like thank you for everyone. It's great to be home. Whatever the fuck. That match with Minoru Suzuki should have been more than what it was by far.
Unfortunately, it was a dud.
Yeah, because I think Mox had more entrance time and more outro time after the match that could have went into the match.
Yep.
And on top of that, you got unintentional color as well.
Mm-hmm.
You could have added more time to that and could have made this match even way more epic.
But they did what they did.
Shout out to Suzuki for utilizing the time they had on the cup. Like, it annoyed the hell out of me that I am over here enjoying this match, and I'm over here uploading to social media, Suzuki all bloodied, and then he goes and wipes it off of his eye, and then looks around, licks it. And by the time I had officially uploaded that to social media, this match was over.
Yep.
Yep.
I had to rewind and watch the rest of those, 30 seconds to a minute. I was like, what in the damn hell? Like,
and Mox ended it with a double arm suplex, which they tried to call the paradigm shift.
Yes.
Not the paradigm shift.
Not even a Death Rider.
It was a double arm suplex. You can go back and watch it. They will call it a paradigm shift. That is not a paradigm shift.
Nope.
Whatever. I digress. I mean, shit happens. It's cool, but you know, I was in it. It's more so because the expectations I had going into wanting to see this match and what it was going to, or what it should have entailed. Watch, you put this shit on New Japan, on any fucking New Japan show, and I guarantee it's going to be 20 times, even 50 to 100 times better than what they had last night.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know about Minoru Suzuki, go and watch his match with Okada. The one, I can't remember like the exact location, but they are outdoors. It is raining, and they just kill each other. Suzuki is a man you do not fuck with because he loves to be fucked with.
He loves this shit.
And he will fuck with you just as much, if not more, than you try to fuck with him.
And Mox is the same way, which is why this shit should have been. Hell, they should have treated this like they treat all the unsanctioned matches that they have on Dynamite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just let them fight. Let them fight.
I wanted to see Godzilla versus Kong.
Yes.
And I did not see Godzilla versus Kong.
It's unfortunate, but that's a small con on a big pro of Dynamite that we got last night. Which it's okay. I can take the bad with the good, as long as the good outweighs the bad. So I'm cool with that.
Yes,
it's fine.
In this case, it did, but you're still looking at the main event like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. True enough. But that definitely was AEW Dynamite in a nutshell for this week.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, any final thoughts? I'll start with you, Scoot.
Now, I did inform our lovely, lovely co-host that this was incoming.
Oh, shit. I completely fucking forgot.
Now, since we're at the end, and for those who tend to pay attention to the end and make it to the end, you always get entertained because things happen and we tend to go a little bit off script.
Oh, no.
I guess.
Now, I informed y'all that this was incoming, this was happening. I just had to fully flesh it out and develop it. I do want to slightly apologize to Jaeger because he was a pawn in this grand scheme.
He called you a pawn.
He called me a pawn?
Where's my apology?
Wow.
I use you to help me dethrone Dizzle. And I do apologize for that.
You realize if I would have won, that this would not have been the speech I'd given.
I'm a natural heel at heart.
A pawn. Hey. A pawn. You hear this bullshit? Do you hear
never expect the person. See, the problem is y'all don't pay attention to details. The names I've been using have all been leading up to this term.
You were saying all the names, every name. We've had over a plenty of fucking shows on here. You tell me that every name that you've had led up to something?
Most of the names I've been using have been heels. Heels. All bad guys in some form. Now,
and you're doing the classic supervillain thing in monologue. Right. So can you
the beauty in this is, since we did both NXT and AEW and the name I chose, it'll all flow perfectly. Now, I will preference quickly by saying there is a place above the Scouticle.
Oh, here we go.
My God. What the fuck, man?
Wait.
Here we go.
Hear me out. This gift that was bestowed upon me came from a beautiful woman, and may she rest in peace. Love you dearly. Now, from the Scouticle, there is a place above that, and this gift came down to me. All those times I spent in the diamond mines searching and recruiting.
Oh my gosh.
Dizzle has his crown, and the crown has spoken. Scoot, this guy, the proverbial clean slayer. From here on out until I guess I'm dethroned in whatever sense.
Which won't be long. It will not take long.
Even if I am dethroned, this attitude will still be here.
You either got Survivor Series or full
Extreme Rules.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Extreme Rules.
Until then, you two gentlemen.
You did not.
Oh, get the screen. Thank you. Get off the screen. I'm not kissing the ring. I'm not looking at the ring.
You know, the pompous bullshit from Lip was at least on him only. Like, the crown has spoken, this and that. You over here trying to have the ring kissed?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you can kiss on my end, Scoot.
MJF style, you can just,
Yeah, you can definitely kiss something on this end, Scoot.
You know what? I'll take it. You know, look, this is my fault. This is my fault. I started this.
You did.
This is on me.
You did, and from that, you have bred a monster.
You hearing this bullshit? He is
There's always
confused.
room.
Like, what the fuck is a ring?
There's always room.
I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here being Loki and all this shit, invade New York, and then all of a sudden you got motherfucking Thanos coming here out of nowhere.
I
with his
wouldn't
goddamn gauntlet and shit.
Thanos,
I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm not calling him Thanos like that. I'm just saying as far as metaphorically.
Trust me. This is some
I'd say maybe
shit right here.
I'd say maybe he's more like Ronan the Accuser at this point. But...
No. Ozymandias, okay, sir? Think.
I mean, if you watch the Watchmen show, he didn't end up too great. So
I'm going off the movie.
Wasn't all that great either.
So
you broke this thing.
Now the show may continue.
No, because the show is ending. Matter of fact, there is no final thoughts. I don't care. I don't care where. You know what? It's scrolling. It's scrolling. You can find us at all these motherfucking places. Matter of fact, let me scroll up here so I can hit this. Guess what? Get stealthy with the motherfucking ninjas. The Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, all one word, on your podcast, your Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, all that shit. Ladies, you want Jaeger? Trust me, you can find Jaeger every fucking where.
Everywhere.
IG, Instagram, Twitch. You want to play with him on PlayStation? Or play with him on Xbox? He's there.
Right here.
It's right there. Scoot, I don't give a shit where you can find you. Scoot somewhere. He's somewhere. He's somewhere.
You got until Extreme Rules or Full Gear, man. But this ain't gonna last long.
Look, matter of fact, we not even waiting. Look, Extreme Rules. This shit's gone. This shit's done. This shit's done. It's done. It's over with. He's losing at Extreme Rules, maybe, because he's the one that keeps him up with fucking WWE main roster shit.
I was gonna bring up the fact that we still need to do our little Office Space rerun, but given the light of the events of tonight, I am willing to forego that based on the how do we keep saying it? The unmitigated gall of this individual here. You can keep your crown, although it's like tucked away for now.
Yeah, we'll destroy. Matter of fact, we're destroying all this shit. That the crown's going too. The crown and whatever semblance he has for that ring, he can keep the ring because that ring is symbolic. But we're gonna get something to symbolize that within that.
That ring's gonna be brown by the time I'm done with it. I'll tell you what.
So yeah. So either way, people watching this, our genuine fans, whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down. All your opinions, questions, comments, concerns, all that good shit, leave that shit down below. If you want to talk shit to Scoot and all the bullshit he's been spitting, do that, please.
Please do it.
Hit that notification bell for everything tag related. Jaeger After Dark, Scoot's updates every month or whatever Scoot pops up with the scoops, our shit with the recaps, pay-per-views, Dynamite, NXT, if that shit still exists, and anything under the fucking sun. But most importantly, mother effing subscribe. Until next time, I give a good 2 sweets to my bros. Bada 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 bam. And of course, as always, until you see these handsome faces and hear these immaculate voices, I bid you all a mother effing adieu. And until next time, as always, tag the fucking